The Museum of Modern Art, or MoMA, is located on West 53rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue in New York City. The best way to get there is by subway on the E or F train. The museum is made out of 3 buildings that are interconnected to each other. The first building was designed by Philip Goodwin and Edward Durrell in 1939 in glass and steel international style. The museum underwent a major expansion in 2004 under the architect Yoshio Taniguchi that doubled its space with an infusion of international modernism and Japanese sensibility. It would expand again 15 years later under the architects Diller, Scofidio, and Renfro. Today, MoMA draws almost 3 million visitors each year and is one of the most visited museums in the United States. Visitors can enter the museum from either 53rd Street or 54th Street. Tickets are $30 for adults, $22 for seniors, and $17 for students. Children 16 and under are free. The museum floor map is paperless, so you will have to scan the QR code to access it. On certain days, there may be live performances at the gun lobby, which looks out to the sculpture garden. All the collections are located on the 2nd floor to the 5th floor. Each floor focuses on an artist, a specific medium or discipline, a particular space in a moment in time, or shared creative idea. The 2nd floor is the collection from the 1980s to present day. The Post-Atomic Abstraction Gallery focuses on scenes of destruction from the final years of the Cold War and visions of rebuilding the future. Kelley's sculpture of discarded plush toys arranged in one central mass and 13 satellites is a dark humorous monument to lost innocence and repressed trauma. Bradford envisioned a crowded spatial relationship that felt immersive, created a fantasy jungle with overlapping colors and forms that evoke humans and animals amid a dense landscape. Bradford's Jungle was inspired by Rousseau's The Dream, who painted his own imagery jungles and forests in flat perspectiveless way that is witty and amazing. Lines of Belonging highlights artists working in 4 cities that have existed as centers of life, creativity, and communion for longer than the nation-states in which they are presently situated. These creative practitioners from Kathmandu to New Orleans, Johannesburg to Mexico City offer slowness, persistence, and care as an antidote to the viral, profit-driven speed of contemporary image consumption, metadata technologies, and artificial intelligence. When I Don't Sleep, I Dream is the first retrospective in the United States to feature the full trajectory of Wilfredo Lamb's version of self-reflection, using art as an act of decolonization. The artist of African and Chinese descent transformed figures and landscapes and has an affinity for poetry to disrupt and overcome the colonial structures he encountered in art and in life. Lamb said a true picture has the power to set the imagination to work, even if it takes time. The collection on the fourth floor includes artworks from the New World stage, calligraphy, abstraction, fields and figures, photography and language, and other mediums, as well as works from Mark Rothko. Abstract expressionism was embraced by artists everywhere in different non-representational modes as a way to decisively break with the Western history of academic and figurative painting. Pollock's 131 was one of 3 wall-size paintings produced in swift succession in the summer and fall of 1950. It is a field of densely interlaced threads of paint offset by pools and splashes of color. Rothko's signature style composition came from the simplification of his earlier surrealist-inspired paintings. He divided the canvas horizontally into 3 dominant planes that softly merged into one another with large passages of warm and cool colors to create a subtle pulsing field. Calligraphic abstraction works exemplify different modes and systems of writing in mid-century modernism, from graceful experiments with Arabic scripts, decorative patterns formed by words and rearranged or illegible text and letters, to abstract strokes and spontaneous movements. Skunder's surface vibrates like musical notes with bursts of pigments that appear like cosmic particles. Assemblage was declared a new medium in a catalog for a 1961 exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art. Everyday objects, popular consumer products, and other non-traditional materials have become the language for impatient, hypercritical, and anarchistic young artists. The title Dance Index is borrowed from a journal established in 1942 by Lincoln Kirstein and is repurposed as a metaphor for photography to record dances, poses, and movement. In Good Vibrations, Riley's lines appear to vibrate and give the illusion of 3-dimensional depth. Warhol's acrylic with metallic enamel paint on canvas composition was originally displayed on shelves like products in a grocery store. The composition was hand-painted, but the fleur-de-lis pattern at the bottom of each can was hand-stamped. The Divided States of America Gallery showcases art that reflects the unrest of a nation in turmoil, the effects of which are still felt today, whether in extreme polarization of American society or in the promise of new countercultures to come. The photography and language title is borrowed from an exhibition organized by artist Lee Thomas in 1967 in San Francisco, but expanded to include works by artists based throughout the United States and the world. All the artwork in the museum is must-see art, as you never know what new art you may discover, but if you are short on time, you may want to head straight to the 5th floor. Klimt was inspired by cultural traditions and drew on sources from Byzantine art, Mycenaean metalwork, Persian rugs, Ravenna mosaics, and Japanese screens. He sometimes would use cardboard viewfinder to help him frame the scenes he chose to paint. Most of the paintings on the 5th floor draw a crowd, and the Van Gogh masterpieces are two of them. Van Gogh created this vista of the southern French landscape as a daylight partner to the visionary nocturne of his more famous canvas, The Starry Night. The image of the night sky dominated by the bright moon and Venus was inspired by the view from a window from the Saint Paul de Mausole Asylum in Saint-Rémy. Couturier is a key figure within the Neo-Impressionism movement among big names like Signac or Seurat, with her dazzling colors and natural taste for shapes. Seurat's painting has been compared to music, describing the clouds, shadows, and white sails as multiple independent melodies that combine into a harmonious blend. Picasso was known to borrow, combine, and transform references from Western art history, popular visuals, idioms, and material cultures from colonized people. Le Demoiselles d'Avignon painting of 5 nude women composed of flat, splintered planes mark a dramatic break from Picasso's traditional composition and perspective. The title refers to sex workers in Barcelona's red light district to amplify this quieting effect. The face of the figure on the left of 2 nudes has a strong resemblance to that of the figure on the far left of Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. Cubism forced a visual language that was entirely new in the early 1900s and drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including popular culture, African and oceanic art, and new ideas from space and time. Chagall depicted people and animals living side by side, signified by the connecting lines of the eyes between the peasant and the cow. Chagall once said, "Lines, angles, triangles, and squares carried him far away to enchanting horizons." Picabier's uneven surface was due in part to the artist's progressive move towards abstraction. The original composition was of 3 standing geometric figures set against a background which Picabier painted over, merging figures and ground. Bassioni once explained that to paint a human figure you must not paint it, but render the whole of its surrounding atmosphere. Picabier's title is associated with French dancer Stasia Napiakowska. Dance I is part of 2 large decorative panels that Matisse made on a commission from Russian businessman and collector Sergei Shkugin. The other panel, titled Music, is in the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg. Matisse reimagined what a face might represent when making these busts of Jean de Vadarin between 1910 and 1916. Brancusi is one of the avant-garde who created imaginative sculptures that evoke their subjects rather than resemble them. He drew from Romanian woodworking traditions and directly carved his works from marble, limestone, and wood. Modern architecture embraced materials like steel and glass and reinforced concrete, which transform industrial design, shape, and look. The Bauhaus in Dessau, Germany has become an architectural symbol of the school's holistic approach to education. The group Cercle et Carré was founded by Joaquim Torres Garcia and Pete Mondrian in Paris in 1929 to advocate a geometric and analytical approach to art making in opposition to Surrealism's focus on the unconscious and irrational. This title came from the cover of the inaugural issue of the journal L'Esprit Nouveau in 1920, which summarized a wide-ranging list of energetic boundary-crossing spirit of Paris between the two world wars. Picasso depicted women clad in Chilton and gathered around a water source with Greco-Roman antiquity, but note there is no water in the painting. Germany was known as the Weimar Republic after its defeat at World War I, with a democratic government installed for the first time in the territory's history. The Republic was marked by extreme political and economic turmoil as well as intense creative ferment between 1919 and 1933, when Adolf Hitler rose to power. Monet worked on water lilies over a period of several years, building up layers of paint as he altered and refined the compositions. They feature softly flowing passages of cloud reflections amid a tranquil surface punctuated by a delicate palette that differentiate them from others with a silvery light suffusing the pond's surface. Agapanthus is a thin, wispy lily plant native to Africa which Monet grew along the banks of his pond. Monet painted 40 of these large-scale panels of water lilies. 22 of them are in Musée de l'Orangerie in Paris. MoMA was the first museum in the United States to acquire these large panels. Dali masters the usual paralyzing tricks of eye fooling and painted with the most imperialistic fury of precision, only to systematize confusion and thus help discredit completely the world of reality. Kahlo's painting has been described as surrealist due to its entanglement with her dreams, but she said she never painted dreams but her own reality. Intimate visions depict interior environments infused with lush patterns and colorful landscapes that reflect each artist's unique personal vision. Sobel achieved a jewel-like marbled surface by using fast-drying enamel paint, a technique likened to that of a surrealist. Wyeth was inspired by his neighbor Anna Christina Olsen, who developed a degenerative muscle condition at a young age that left her unable to walk. There are elevators in the museum, but at times they can be crowded and may take a while, so if able, the stairs may be the fastest way to get up or down. There's a souvenir store on the lower level. Take the one-of-a-kind round glass elevator down to experience art in motion. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please click on the like button below or subscribe to our channel. We have other videos on the Met and the New York Historical, as well as art museums of the Ivy League schools. Until the next video, enjoy some holiday lights in Midtown Manhattan.